A budget usually fails long before someone overspends. It fails when the plan was built for a life they do not actually live. It fails when the numbers look perfect on paper but ignore stress, children, debt, food prices, irregular bills, tired evenings, family obligations, and the small habits that quietly drain money every month. That is why so many people try budgeting once, feel restricted, fall off, and conclude that budgeting does not work for them. But maybe the real problem was never budgeting. Maybe the problem was the kind of budget they were trying to follow. Most people hear the word budget and immediately think of limitation. They imagine a life where every purchase is questioned, every enjoyable moment feels irresponsible, and every mistake becomes proof that they are bad with money, so they avoid it. They tell themselves budgeting is too strict, too complicated, too boring, or something they will finally do when they earn more. But that belief creates a quiet trap. Because if money has no direction today, more money tomorrow can still disappear into the same habits, the same pressure, and the same lack of structure. A budget is not a punishment. It is a decision-making system. It helps you decide where your money should go before emotion, convenience, debt, advertising, impulse spending, and lifestyle pressure decide for you. That is the real purpose of budgeting. Not to spend nothing, to spend on purpose. If we were sitting across from each other over coffee, this is the simplest way I would explain it. A budget is not there to make your life smaller. It is there to make your choices clearer. It shows what must be paid, what can be enjoyed, what needs to be reduced, what debt needs attention, what future goal needs funding, and what money must be protected before the month gets away from you. Money without direction creates stress. Money with direction creates control. And for many people, control is what they are really looking for. They are tired of payday feeling good for 2 days and stressful by the end of the week. They are tired of opening their bank app with tension. They are tired of wondering how they worked so many hours and still have so little left. That frustration is not always caused by a lack of effort. Often, it is caused by a lack of structure. The paycheck comes in. Bills take part of it. Debt takes another part. Groceries, transport, subscriptions, small purchases, and unexpected expenses take the rest. By the end of the month, the question returns. Where did the money go? That question is not only about income, it is about awareness. And this is where most budgets begin in the wrong place. People try to create rules before they understand their real behavior. They promise to stop eating out, cancel every subscription, avoid all shopping, save aggressively, and become perfectly disciplined overnight. For a few days, that plan may feel powerful. Then real life returns. A stressful workday happens. Food costs more than expected. A birthday appears. The car needs attention. A child needs something. A family event comes up. One tired evening turns into an unplanned purchase. The budget had no breathing room, so it breaks. Then guilt enters, then shame, then quitting. And the person says, budgeting does not work for me. But a better question is, did the budget actually fit your life? A budget is like a pair of shoes. If it does not fit, you will stop walking in it. That is why copying someone else's budget can become dangerous. Take the 50-30-20 rule. It is useful because it is simple. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings or debt. For some people, that structure works very well, but it is not a law. It is a starting point. Someone with low rent, no children, no debt, and stable income may follow it comfortably. Someone with children, high housing costs, transportation expenses, medical bills, debt pressure, or irregular income may need a different structure. That does not mean they failed. It means the plan must be adjusted. Budgeting rules should be training wheels, not chains. A real budget must fit your income pattern, family size, debt level, cost of living, financial goals, personality, and emotional relationship with money. The best budget is not the one that sounds impressive. It is the one you can repeat. And to find that budget, you need to know what kind of system your behavior actually needs. Some people need simplicity. They do not want to track every dollar, so a percentage-based budget can help. It gives broad categories like needs, wants, savings, and debt without making the process overwhelming. Some people need control. They always wonder where the money went, so zero-based budgeting may work better. In that system, every dollar receives an assignment before the month begins. Rent, groceries, debt, savings, transportation, and fun money all have a place. Nothing is left floating around because unassigned money often becomes unplanned spending. Some people need visual limits. They overspend most when money feels invisible through tap-to-pay, cards, apps, one-click checkout, and digital wallets. For them, cash envelopes or strict category limits can make spending feel real again. Groceries, gas, eating out, and personal spending each have a boundary. Once the category is finished, the spending stops. Some people need automation. They have good intention, but if saving waits until the end of the month, nothing is usually left. Paying yourself first solves this by moving money to savings on payday, scheduling debt payments, organizing bills, and letting the system work before emotions get involved. Each method can work, but only when it fits the person using it. That is why budgeting is not just math. Budgeting is behavior. A spreadsheet can show numbers, but habits decide whether those numbers survive real life. This is also why budgeting apps do not automatically solve budgeting problems. An app can track spending, send alerts, and show charts, but it cannot decide what matters most to you. It cannot give your money purpose. It cannot create discipline without your participation. Apps are tools. The real system is the habit, and the habit begins with truth. Before building a budget, track your actual spending. Do not rely on memory. Look at the last 30 days and study what really happened. Income, housing, food, transport, debt, subscriptions, shopping, irregular expenses. The goal is not to judge yourself. The goal is to stop guessing. A budget built on guesses usually fails because ideal numbers rarely survive real life. Many people remember the big bills but miss the daily leaks. They remember rent but underestimate groceries. They remember the car payment but forget fuel. They remember utilities but ignore subscriptions. They remember debt payments but forget birthdays, school costs, repairs, holidays, annual renewals, and family events. Those irregular expenses are one of the biggest reasons budgets collapse. They do not happen every week, but they always come eventually. Car repairs, medical bills, insurance renewals, Christmas, birthdays, school fees, home repairs. Many of these are not true surprises. They are predictable expenses without a plan. That is why sinking funds matter. A sinking fund is money set aside gradually for a future expense. Instead of waiting until December and panicking over holiday spending, you save a small amount each month. Instead of letting a car repair destroy your budget, you create a car maintenance fund. Instead of turning annual bills into credit card debt, you prepare before they arrive. This is one of the quiet ways budgeting creates peace. Life does not become perfect, but fewer things shock you. Another hidden part of budgeting is timing. Many people know what they owe, but they do not know when the money must leave. That creates a cash flow problem. Which paycheck covers rent? Which one covers groceries? What happens when two major bills arrive before payday? What annual expense is coming next month? A person can earn enough in a month and still feel broke during the week if the timing is wrong. That is why a bill calendar can be just as important as a spending tracker. A simple budget should answer 3 questions: how much comes in, when it comes in, and where it must go before you spend freely. Once those questions are clear, budgeting becomes much less confusing. Start with your real take-home income. Not your salary before taxes, not the number you wish you had, but the amount that actually reaches your account. Then review your real expenses using bank statements, card statements, receipts, or a notebook. Build the plan from evidence, not memory. After that, organize your money into 5 groups: needs, wants, debt, savings, and irregular expenses. Needs keep life functioning. Wants make life enjoyable. Debt protects future income from past decisions. Savings build safety. Irregular expenses prevent predictable costs from becoming emergencies. Then choose the method that matches your behavior. Use percentage budgeting if you need simplicity. Use zero-based budgeting if you need control. Use cash envelopes or category limits if digital spending makes money feel invisible. Use automation if saving consistently has been difficult. The method should not be chosen because it sounds impressive. It should be chosen because you can repeat it. But even the right method needs something deeper. It needs a reason. A budget with no emotional purpose feels like punishment. A budget connected to peace, debt freedom, emergency savings, home ownership, travel, family stability, or financial freedom becomes meaningful. If the only goal is to spend less, motivation will eventually fade. But if the goal is to sleep better, stop relying on credit, protect your family, or build freedom, the budget has emotional power. You're not just cutting expenses. You are funding something that matters. That is why your budget needs a why. It also needs room for enjoyment. This is the part many people feel guilty about, but a budget with no fun often becomes a budget waiting to fail. People are not machines. If the plan removes every enjoyable thing, pressure builds. Eventually, one bad day turns into overspending, and overspending turns into shame. Planned enjoyment is not weakness. It is sustainability. A good budget does not say no to everything. It gives permission with boundaries. You can eat out within a chosen amount. You can shop within a clear limit. You can enjoy your money without damaging your future peace. That is not restriction. That is wisdom. And because life changes, the budget must be reviewed. Pause for a moment. If your bank statement perfectly reflected your priorities from the last 30 days, what would it reveal? Your first budget is not a final exam. It is a first draft. Some numbers will be wrong. Some categories will need more room. Something unexpected may happen. That does not mean you failed. It means you have information. Budgeting is a monthly meeting with reality. You look at what happened, adjust the plan, improve the system, and continue. That is how budgeting becomes easier, not because you become perfect, but because the system becomes more realistic. And this is where the deeper shift happens. Budgeting stops being a restriction and becomes a form of protection. It stops being proof that you failed and becomes a tool that fits your real situation. It stops demanding perfection and starts giving you a structure you can improve. That is when money begins to move differently. Instead of waiting to see what is left, you decide what matters first. Bills are covered. Savings is protected. Debt has a plan. Enjoyment has boundaries instead of guilt. That is the difference between spending randomly and spending with direction. A good budget gives your money instructions before stress, impulse, advertising, subscriptions, debt, and lifestyle pressure make the decisions for you. And when money has instructions, your future finally has a seat at the table. This is why businesses budget. They do not simply spend and hope everything works out. They plan payroll, marketing, inventory, taxes, operations, reserves, and growth. Wealthy people budget. Not always because they are broke, because money needs direction. Budgeting is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of leadership. You are leading your money instead of letting it lead you. That is why budgeting comes before investing. You cannot invest money you never keep. You cannot build an emergency fund from leftovers if life keeps spending the leftovers. You cannot pay off debt consistently without assigning money to it. You cannot build wealth from money that has no plan. A budget converts income into progress. Without it, income can pass through your life and leave very little behind. With it, even small amounts begin to matter. Saving $20 every payday may not look powerful at first, but it builds identity. It proves that money can stay. It creates a habit. Over time, habits become systems. That is how financial peace begins. Not all at once. One assigned dollar at a time. So for the next 30 days, do not try to build the perfect budget. Build a repeatable one. Track your spending. List your real income. Separate needs, wants, debt. savings, and irregular expenses. Choose the method that fits your personality. Add one sinking fund. Automate one small savings transfer. Include realistic fun money. Use a bill calendar. At the end of the month, review what happened without shame. Do not ask, "Was I perfect?" Ask, "What did I learn?" Every budget teaches you something. It shows where money leaks, what you value, where pressure enters, and what needs adjustment. Once you can see your money clearly, you can direct it with more wisdom. That is the real purpose of budgeting. Not to make life smaller, but to make choices clearer. Not to remove joy, but to remove chaos. Not to shame the past, but to protect the future. So if you have tried budgeting before and failed, do not assume you are the problem. Maybe the budget was too strict, copied from someone else's life, ignored irregular expenses, removed every enjoyable purchase, lacked emotional purpose, became too complicated, or was never reviewed. Now you know better. Do not build a budget for the person you wish you were. Build one for the life you actually live. Then improve it month by month. Because the best budget is not perfect. It is repeatable. And when your budget becomes repeatable, money stops disappearing without permission. That is where peace begins. That is where control begins. Budgeting does not stop you from living. It helps you stop paying for things that do not matter, so you can protect the things that do. If this changed how you think about money, subscribe to Financial Awaken with Aaron for more insights that break down the hidden systems behind wealth.